Believe it or not, Halloween outranks every other holiday except for Christmas when it comes to spending in the United States. Now, that's a chilling fact, isn't it? The average American spends a staggering amount on costumes, decorations, and candy. This total sum is a hair-raising figure that rivals the expenditure of other major holidays. It's clear that this spooky celebration isn't just about donning a ghostly get-up or trick-or-treating. So, as we can see, Halloween is not just about trick-or-treating, it's also about spending. Oh, Halloween, a day filled with fun and fright, but do we know where it all began? Let's delve into the fascinating history of Halloween. Its roots date back over 2,000 years to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, celebrated at the end of the harvest season. This was a time when the Celts believed that the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead blurred and spirits could cross over into our world. To ward off any mischievous spirits, they would light bonfires and wear costumes. As the Romans conquered Celtic territories, they combined Samhain with their own festivals. One of these was Feralia, a day in late October when the Romans traditionally commemorated the passing of the dead. The other was a day to honor Pomona, the Roman goddess of fruit and trees. The apple, a symbol of Pomona, may have influenced our modern tradition of bobbing for apples. The story of Halloween takes another twist with the rise of Christianity. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III designated November 1st as a time to honor all saints and martyrs. This day was known as All Saints' Day. The evening before, traditionally a holy or hallowed evening, became known as All Hallows' Eve, and eventually Halloween. Over time, Halloween evolved into a community-centered holiday, replete with child-friendly activities such as trick-or-treating. As the beliefs and customs of different European ethnic groups meshed with those of American Indians, a distinctly American version of Halloween began to emerge. The 20th century saw Halloween transformed yet again, becoming a holiday aimed primarily at the young. It was during this time that trick-or-treating became a widespread practice, with children going door to door in costumes, asking for candy. And so what began as an ancient Celtic festival has transformed into the Halloween we know and love today. A night filled with costumes, sweets, and a touch of the supernatural. From ancient celebrations to a modern holiday, Halloween's history is as rich as the candy we collect. Beyond the costumes and candy, Halloween holds a deeper significance. As the leaves change and the air grows crisp, Halloween marks a significant transition in the natural world. It is the end of the harvest season, a time when the earth goes to sleep and prepares for the cold winter months. In many cultures, this change in the season is a reminder of the cycle of life and death, a cycle that is as natural as the turning of the seasons themselves. Halloween also holds a spiritual significance. It is a time to remember the deceased, to honor our ancestors and those who have passed on. For many, it's a night to light a candle, share a story, or simply hold a moment of silence in memory of those no longer with us. It is a time of reflection and remembrance, a time to honor the past while looking forward to the future. But Halloween is more than just a time of remembrance. It is also a celebration of the thinning veil between this world and the next. According to ancient beliefs, on the night of Halloween, the boundary between the living and the dead is at its thinnest. This allows for greater interaction between the realms, a chance for spirits to cross over and communicate with the living. In this sense, Halloween is a celebration of the mystical, the magical, and the unknown. This is not to say that Halloween is a somber occasion. On the contrary, it's a celebration of life in all its forms. The costumes, the candy, the parties, these are all ways in which we embrace the joy and mystery of existence. We dress up to explore different aspects of ourselves. We share treats as a symbol of abundance and generosity, and we gather together to celebrate our shared humanity. Halloween, therefore, serves as a bridge between seasons and worlds. A night where we can celebrate life, death, and everything in between. Halloween is a holiday filled with unique traditions and celebrations. It's a time of year that sees a blend of the old and the new, the spooky and the fun, the homemade and the store-bought, all combining to create a unique cultural event that's celebrated around the world. One of the most recognizable Halloween traditions is the carving of pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns. This tradition originated from an Irish myth about a man named Stingy Jack who tricked the devil and was denied entry to both heaven and hell. He was doomed to roam the earth with only a hollowed-out turnip to light his way. When Irish immigrants came to America, they found that pumpkins native to their new home were much easier to carve. And so the traditional Halloween pumpkin was born. Then there's trick-or-treating. This Halloween staple sees children dressing up in costumes and going door to door asking for treats with the phrase trick or treat. The trick part of the phrase is a threat to perform mischief on the homeowners or their property if no treat is given. It is a custom that dates back to the Middle Ages and includes elements of Celtic and Christian customs. Speaking of dressing up, the tradition of wearing costumes on Halloween has its roots in the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. It was believed that during Samhain the veil between our world and the spirit world was at its thinnest, allowing spirits to cross over. People would wear costumes and masks to disguise themselves as harmful spirits and avoid being attacked. Halloween parties are another common way to celebrate. These can range from small, intimate gatherings to large, community-wide events. They often feature Halloween-themed food and drinks, games and contests for the best costume. And let's not forget some of the unique traditions from around the world. In Mexico, for example, Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is celebrated around the same time as Halloween. It's a time to honor and remember loved ones who have passed away with colorful altars, food and festivities. In Japan, the Kawasaki Halloween Parade is one of the most famous Halloween parades in the world, attracting over 100,000 spectators and more than 2,000 participants from all over the globe. No matter how you choose to celebrate, Halloween is a time for fun, fright, and festivities. It's a time to embrace the spooky, the silly, and the supernatural. So whether you're carving a pumpkin, dressing up in a costume, trick-or-treating, or attending a Halloween party, remember to enjoy the unique traditions and celebrations that make Halloween so special. Now that we've delved into the history, significance, and celebration of Halloween, we want to hear about your experiences. There's something undeniably magical about Halloween, isn't there? The crisp autumn air tinged with the scent of pumpkins, the thrill of choosing and creating your costume, the heart-stopping suspense of a well-told ghost story. These are the moments that make Halloween an event to remember. Perhaps you have a favorite costume that you've worn over the years, one that made you feel absolutely invincible or incredibly spooky, or maybe there's a particular Halloween moment that still sends shivers down your spine when you think about it. Have you created unique Halloween traditions with your family or friends? Do you carve pumpkins, host a costume party, or perhaps embark on a ghost tour? Each of us has a unique Halloween story, a tale of fright and fun that is ours alone to tell. So go ahead. Share your spookiest, funniest, and most memorable Halloween stories in the comments below. We can't wait to hear all about them. As we wrap up our journey through the history and significance of Halloween, remember it's more than just a day for tricks or treats. We've traversed through time, unmasking the chilling origins of this spooky holiday. We've unearthed how Halloween, once an ancient Celtic festival known as Samhain, evolved into the fun-filled, candy-indulging, costume-adorned celebration we know today. It's a day that transcends the boundaries of the physical world, connecting us with the spirits and traditions of yesteryears. We've delved into the significance of this eerie celebration, highlighting its unique blend of Christian and pagan traditions. We've explored how Halloween, as a festival of remembrance, allows us to honor the dearly departed, while also serving as a reminder of our own mortality. We've also immersed ourselves in the delightful traditions and celebrations that make Halloween so much fun. We've walked through pumpkin-carved lanes, knocked on doors for tricks or treats, and danced around bonfires dressed as witches and ghouls. We've experienced the thrill of haunted houses, the joy of costume parties, and the simple pleasure of carving a jack-o'-lantern. Halloween is a time for laughter and fright, a time to let your imagination run wild and to embrace the supernatural. It's a night where the veil between our world and the next is at its thinnest, allowing for a bit of magic and mystery to seep through. So as we bid farewell, let's not forget the true essence of Halloween. It isn't just about the candy or the costumes. It's about honoring our past, celebrating our present, and looking forward to our future. It's about community, creativity, and a little bit of healthy fear. So when October 31st rolls around, remember the rich history, celebrate in your own special way, and enjoy the magic that Halloween brings. Until next time, stay spooky. Stay